This is a calm Italian bedtime story. Let your eyes close and simply listen. The first thing you notice is the air, not the room, not the light, the air. It moves slowly across the space, carrying the day out, piece by piece, as if it knows it is allowed to leave without hurry. The windows are still open, not wide, not inviting, just open enough to let the apartment breathe on its own. The curtains lift slightly, then settle again. They do not sway, they do not dance. They acknowledge the night and return to rest. The apartment is quiet, but not empty. It holds the shape of earlier hours. A chair remains pulled back from the table, not pushed in, not forgotten, simply paused. The floor is cool beneath your feet, smoother where people walk most often. Italian floors are worn into familiarity, not polished into perfection. You move through the space without turning on more lights. The lamp near the bookshelf is already on. It was left that way intentionally. Evenings like this expect a lamp to exist. The kitchen is visible from where you stand. Nothing is active there now. The stove has cooled. The sink holds only a glass and a plate, both already dry. In Italian homes, when dishes are dry, they have completed their role. They do not ask to be moved immediately. A cloth hangs from the oven handle, folded loosely, used earlier. It stays. You walk closer to the window. Outside, the street is quieter than it was an hour ago. Not silent, settled. A car passes slowly, headlights dimmed by distance and habit. Someone upstairs closes a shutter halfway. Half is enough. The air carries familiar scents. Warm stone, leaves, something cooked earlier in another apartment. You do not try to name it. Naming would make it sharper than it needs to be. On the table, a small stack of mail rests beside a folded napkin. The napkin was used earlier to wipe hands, then folded once and left. Italian tables keep traces of the day without apology. You straighten only one envelope, not because it was messy, because your hand was there. A drawer is open just a few centimeters. You notice it as you pass and push it closed with your hip. It slides into place quietly. In Italian apartments, drawers close themselves when they are ready. The bathroom light is off. The mirror reflects the room faintly as you walk past, not asking for attention. There is nothing to check. You move back toward the living area. The sofa holds a blanket, folded and unfolded at the same time. It was used. It will be used again. You lift it, then let it fall back into place. It lands differently, better. From the window, a breeze enters again. This time, it is cooler. It brushes your arms, then moves on, as if the apartment does not belong to it for long. You step closer to the balcony door. It is open, not pushed wide, just resting against the frame. Outside, the balcony holds a small table and two chairs. One chair is tucked in, the other is not. A glass sits on the table, empty now, with a ring at the bottom where water once was. You do not pick it up. Evenings do not end abruptly here. Across the way, another apartment window remains open. A light inside flickers, then steadies. Someone else is awake without urgency. The city feels smaller at this hour, contained. You return inside and move through the hallway. A door remains ajar. The bedroom. The bed is already turned down, corners loose, sheets folded back just enough. Italian beds are made to be entered, not admired. You sit briefly on the edge. The mattress responds immediately, remembering your weight from countless nights before. From here, the sounds rearrange themselves. The refrigerator hum grows quieter. The street recedes. Your breathing becomes slower without effort. The window in the bedroom is open too, less than the others. Enough. Air moves across the sheets, lifting the edge once, then letting it fall. A sound reaches you from outside. Not a voice. A radio somewhere, low, indistinct. It fades before it becomes anything. You lie back without turning off the lamp yet. The light casts a soft shape on the wall, interrupted by the shadow of the window frame. The shadow shifts slightly as the breeze changes. You do not follow it. Your attention loosens. A small object rests on the nightstand. Not important, just present. It has been there for years. You touch it once, then let your hand fall back to the mattress. Somewhere in the building, water moves through pipes. A low sound, brief, then nothing. Italian buildings speak quietly at night. You turn onto your side. The sheet slides easily, fabric softened by repetition. Your feet rest against the cool floor for a moment, then return under the blanket. The floor does not resist. It never does. Outside, the streetlight flickers and steadies. The curtains lift again. This time, they stay slightly open, framing the darkness rather than blocking it. You leave the windows open, not because of heat, because closing them would feel unnecessary. The apartment has not asked to be sealed yet. Your eyes grow heavier, not closing, lowering. Thoughts arrive briefly, then drift away before forming shape. Tomorrow remains somewhere else. The apartment holds the night gently, without locking it in. The breeze passes one last time, then another, then settles. The lamp remains on longer than needed. It will be turned off later, or it will not. Either way, the apartment will continue. The windows stay open, the air stays moving. And somewhere between the room and the night outside, without marking the moment, the evening continues on its own. The night does not press itself against the windows. It stays just outside, close enough to be felt, far enough not to intrude. The apartment seems to understand this balance. Nothing shifts suddenly. A sound from the stairwell reaches the room, softened by distance. Footsteps, then none. Someone returning home late. Someone else already asleep. The building accepts both without comment. The air changes again, almost imperceptibly. Not cooler, not warmer, just different enough to be noticed if you are still paying attention. The curtains move once more. This time they touch the wall lightly, then fall back into place. Fabric remembers motion, longer than it remembers stillness. A faint reflection from the streetlight reaches the ceiling. Not steady, broken by leaves, by distance, by time. It does not illuminate, it accompanies. You shift slightly on the mattress. The sound of sheets follows your movement, soft and familiar. No crispness, no resistance. This bed has learned how to receive weight without asking questions. From the kitchen, a shape appears briefly in your thoughts. Not the room itself, just the idea of it. The counter, the cloth, the glass. They exist without needing to be checked. Italian evenings do not require closure. They allow continuation. A chair in the living room creaks faintly as the building settles. The sound is slow, deliberate. Wood adjusts itself when the day finally lets go. You notice how little there is to notice now. No new sounds, no changes, only the persistence of what remains. Your breathing deepens again, this time staying that way. In, out. The rhythm feels older than the apartment itself. Somewhere outside, a motorbike passes, not accelerating, not slowing, just moving through the night as if it belongs to it. The sound fades before it becomes distinct. You turn slightly toward the window. The darkness beyond is not uniform. It holds layers, shadows of balconies, the outline of shutters, a faint glow from a window left on by someone who will forget to turn it off. This does not disturb you. It reassures you. Life continues nearby, quietly. The apartment remains open to it, without participating. A small vibration travels through the floor, then disappears. Plumbing. Distance. Nothing to respond to. Your hand rests near the edge of the mattress again. The sheet has shifted slightly there. You pull it up just enough to feel the fabric straighten. Not fully, enough. Italian gestures rarely finish things completely. They leave room. The air slows, not stops, slows. It no longer crosses the room in full movement. It circulates gently, almost resting. The curtains barely move now. The window remains open, unchallenged. You sense the moment when the apartment changes state. Not asleep, not awake, held. The sounds of the building grow farther apart. Time stretches in a way that has no direction. You are not moving toward anything. You are simply not being pulled anymore. The light from the lamp feels softer now, though nothing has changed. Your eyes accept it differently. The room becomes less defined. Edges blur, shadows merge. The apartment does not disappear. It becomes background. Your breathing remains slow. There is no need to adjust it. Thoughts come and go without forming. Images appear briefly, then dissolve before settling. Nothing asks to be remembered. The open windows allow the night to remain present without entering fully. The apartment holds its shape. Outside, the street continues at its own pace. Inside, the evening stretches and thins. At some point, without signaling the moment, the apartment stops being something you are inside of. It becomes something that simply exists around you. The windows stay open. The air stays patient. The lamp continues to cast its quiet presence. And the night, still outside, remains exactly where it is, long after you have stopped noticing whether you are awake or not. More Italian bedtime stories coming very soon. If you enjoyed this moment of calm, subscribe and like the video for more gentle storytelling.